We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
And now, Cage Ciders.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Cage Ciders on TFC Prime. We're in the Fox Sports Studio, 98.9 FM, 1340 AM here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And on the line with us right now is a guy who, if you're a fan of combat sports, if you're a fan of MMA, you know the name. You may not recognize the face. He's one of those elusive guys like a vampire. He just kind of ebbs and flows out of the shadows, man. Ed Soares joins us, longtime MMA manager, now CEO of LFA. Ed, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Now, Ed, of course, the big news came down a few weeks ago. You guys announced a brand new partnership with London Trust Media out of Los Angeles. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago now, the dust is kind of settled. How is the energy still, in-house with the new partnership?
Deal about a month ago. We announced it a couple weeks ago. And since then, the energy's been great. A lot of things came out. And like I said, I'm just looking forward to building this thing, with London Trust coming in, with the infrastructure and the backing that they've been able to give us. Things look really good. They've been able to bring in a bunch of strategic partners to help our business. So, the past month has been great, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to be doing over the next 12 to 48 months.
Now, my question would be, what attracted you to London Trust Media? Why this group who has never really ventured into mixed martial arts? What made them stand out to you guys?
Well, what stood out to us is, number one, the people that are in the company are incredible. They have a very savvy, they're very strong in the tech world. And that I feel that, with the way people are watching content and the way content is distributed now, I felt that for us to partner up with somebody that's very savvy in the tech industry would be smart for us, especially with all these different platforms that are being presented nowadays for people to watch content. It's not like it used to be before, where people turn it on TV and you turn it to ESPN or ABC or NBC. No, there's so many different platforms now that are available, and I felt that having a partner like this that understands the tech industry and understands the value of creating content and believes in what we're doing just made sense for us.
Now, obviously, with this move, with this tech company, you guys seem to be kind of doubling down, saying, you know what, this is not only the future and where it's going, this is where it is. And is that kind of your vision? Like, hey, we think that the big move and the big money and the future of this industry is there across not necessarily TV, but tech platforms and social media channels?
Well, I definitely think in streaming content is the big deal. I mean, we're looking at people like Netflix. Look at the deal that that ESPN just did with the UFC.
Right.
The first deal that came out, which was $150 million over 5 years, was a $750 million deal. The initial deal was done just to be streamed on ESPN Plus, their streaming application. So that just goes to show you how much money is now being generated on all these alternative platforms to watch and distribute content. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think the future of our sport and the future of watching content is going to be much different than it was, of just a few years ago.
Right, and you brought up the immediate stuff, the infrastructure that you guys are going to be able to add. Now, you've said in prior interviews you guys kind of ran on a skeleton crew, which is hats off to you, man. I mean, that is no easy feat. I used to promote a little amateur MMA in Texas back in the day, so I know skeleton crews, so my hat's off to you and your guys. But immediately for you guys in the infrastructure, what do you plan to add to help with the day-to-day?
Well, we're just adding staff, and we're staff. There's a lot of changes going on. Like I said, it's only been 3 to 4 weeks. That it's been a little over 4 weeks now. I
Right.
believe we closed the deal officially on May 11th, so it's only been a little over a month. But we're just putting those things in place right now. So I would say that in the near future, people are, not too many people are going to notice a ton from the outside looking in, but from the inside looking out, we're just building our infrastructure, building our team, and putting the right people in place. We're going to be opening up a corporate office a headquarter corporate office in Las Vegas. So,
Nice.
those are all things that are, and on top of doing all those things, we still have to operate our day-to-day business, which we're still producing 30 live televised shows on Access TV. So, it's a lot to juggle, but like I said, I'm excited. We're rolling up our sleeves and getting everything ready to move forward. Like I said, I couldn't be more excited with having this new partnership and looking forward to seeing everything that we're going to build.
Well, that's exciting, man. You're going to open an office here in town. Any locations yet? Can we let the people know?
Not sure yet. No, we're still looking at all the different options.
I got you. I'll tell you what, this city's exploding with popularity right now, so now's the time to get in. Kind of looking at what you were saying, not a whole lot of changes from the outside that fans are going to be able to notice right off bat, but what are some of the changes that are coming up over the next few months that fans will start to notice? You mentioned maybe production value and things like that with your shows.
100%. We're going to increase our production value, which, I would say that you're a common fan. People are not going to notice anything other than saying, wow, man, the show's really looking good. We're improving our lighting, our sound, all those things to make our product look better. I think one of the other things that we're looking forward to do over the next few months is we're going to be adding a similar bonus structure, kind of like the UFC, how they have fight of the night performances and performance of the night bonuses. So we're looking to add that to our to our organization also. So hopefully sooner than later, we're going to start offering bonuses to the fight of the night and also the performance of the night bonuses. So those are some of the exciting things that people are going to be able to. And like I said, this is just the beginning of many things to change.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned the bonuses. Are they going to be anywhere near that $50,000 mark?
Oh, not even close. Not even close. It's going to be, much smaller. But at the end of the day, we're a smaller organization trying to build up. So we're trying to do what we can to better not only our product, but better everything for our athletes that are competing in the LFA also.
Well, you mentioned the bonuses and everything else, but are there any other aspects as far as fighters are concerned where it's going to impact them, opportunities maybe to brand themselves, a little more marketing, or how do you see that working out for fighters under the LFA banner?
Well, I mean, when I compare ourselves to other organizations, I feel that we do a very good job at marketing. So the platforms are only going to be improving. We have a very good promotional platform, as you can see. Just when was it, Tuesday night, Dana White's Contenders series, they signed 2 fighters. The 2 fighters that they signed both came from our organization. So we just keep promoting them and keep building them up and keep handing them off to the UFC and Bellator.
Now, you've also mentioned in the past taking a hard look and trying to begin the process of building a women's division inside of LFA. Why is that important to you to do this?
Well, I just feel that, in the sport of mixed martial arts, I feel that the sector that's still the fastest growing is the women's division. And I think that the women's divisions, more and more women are coming out and making that decision to try to become a professional female mixed martial arts fighter. And I just want to provide the opportunity and the platform to help build these women. I think women's MMA is extremely exciting. I mean, the women go in there and leave it all. They always leave it all in the cage. And like I said, we want to build that. We want to keep developing women's fighters. So our goal is that by the end of the year, every one of our shows has at least one televised women's fight. And in 2019, I'd like to see 2 televised women's bouts in every one of our cards.
I like it, man. So, I mean, you mentioned that, it's hard just to see a UFC card and not have someone from LFA, an alumni from your organization on those cards, like you mentioned. In your opinion, what's that secret? What's the secret that you guys have so many guys that make that next jump up to the highest level of the sport?
Well, our matchmakers, are scouring not only this country but the world to try to drum up the best upcoming prospects. And, in our organization, not only is a lot of our, you're looking at our feature fights, our co-main events, and our main events. A lot of those fights in our events are UFC quality fights. So when the UFC matchmakers are looking to see, and also Bellator's matchmakers are looking to see, who should be the next guys they sign, and they see that if you're winning in the LFA, and you're fighting in the co-main event, main event, feature fights, you're actually, they know that the level of competition that you're competing against is top notch. So, and I believe that that's why we have such a high retention rate inside the UFC. It's very, very, very rare that you see our guys that come from our organization go in there, fight 1 or 2, 3 fights and get cut. Our guys are making are making it and becoming very successful inside the UFC. And I believe that the level of competition that we put them and that we put against them as they're making their way up really prepares them for when they make it to the big time.
And speaking of UFC, quality action, you guys have a hell of an event coming up June 22nd, LFA 43. Two guys who, are definitely on the radar, Larry Crow, Brendan Allen in the main event, happening from my hometown of Beaumont, Texas. Man, hats off to you for going to BMT. What can fight fans expect from LFA 43, and what do you see on this card?
Yeah, no, 43's got a good is a great card. We've got Brendan Allen, who's basically his 2 losses in the LFA have been for the title. The other guy, Crow, has fought twice for the legacy title. So you've got this young kid who's building up his experience. When Brendan Allen fighting a seasoned veteran who's been in that position and has had 5-round fights before. So that main event is going to be definitely a great, great bout.
And if they want to tune in, they can tune in on Access TV, of course, your longtime broadcast partner. And in the future, with the tech company London Trust behind you guys, are we going to start seeing it streamed a little bit more? Like you'll be able to catch it on Access TV and maybe some other options as well?
Well, as of right now, our television partner is Access TV. So here domestically, it's going to be available only on Access TV. Our goal is to definitely broaden it on, in our international markets. We'd like to get a lot more international markets, and that's one of the things we're working on. And also, eventually I think we're going to start to develop some stuff online, but you're not going to be able to see it live. When you watch it live, you're going to watch it on Access TV here in the U.S.
There you go. Well, Ed, thank you so much for taking time out, man. We appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your group. Exciting stuff coming up, and I can't wait to talk to you again down the road.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.